In the K-pop industry, choreography can be breathtaking, powerful, and even make or break a song, but sometimes it's also terrifyingly dangerous. While many performances require athleticism and flawless timing, a handful cross the line from thrilling into physically hazardous territory. SHINee has long been known as one of the most polished and powerful performance groups in K-pop. From the early days of Replay to the complicated moves in Lucifer, their discography is stacked with choreographies that push the boundaries of what idols are capable of on stage. Among all their impressive routines, though, one stands out for being not only difficult but genuinely dangerous, as the choreography for everybody often has fans on edge. The choreography was developed in collaboration with choreographer Tony Testa, who had already worked with SHINee on Sherlock, which was already known to be a pretty difficult choreography, and it looks like things were taken even further for everybody as the performance was built around a toy robot theme featuring robotic mechanical movements that are synced to intense beats. It's visually stunning and physically grueling, but what makes everybody unforgettable isn't just how hard it is to execute. It's the moment during the bridge where SHINee literally launches Taeyong into the air. Fans have been amazed by the move from the very first showcase, where the group gathers around Taeyong and, in unison, throws him upward in a dramatic arc. And since it's no optical illusion or pre-recorded stunt, Taeyong is hurled high into the air with the full momentum of the members behind him before catching himself on the way down in a precise landing that relies on perfect timing, coordination, and physical control. It's one of the most intense and heart-stopping moments in any K-pop performance, and fans have always been slightly nervous whenever seeing it. And despite the number of times SHINee has performed everybody, no matter the environment, that airborne stunt always causes concern. The move is incredibly unpredictable. One misstep, one mistimed throw, or one slip on the landing could result in serious injury, and yet SHINee pulls it off again and again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more insight into some of K-pop's craziest moments, and don't forget to leave a comment with your opinion on these dangerous performances. Another quite extreme choreography comes from Brave Girls' Roll-In, which even resulted in an onstage injury during one performance. At first glance, the roll-in choreography doesn't seem particularly risky as there are no backflips or human pyramids involved, just stools and some graceful movements. But fans immediately picked up on how unstable and risky the performance actually was when they first saw how the girls were supposed to dance on top of some stools. The girls frequently stood or balanced on the wobbly round stools that had no back support or grip, and the smoothness of the stage floors made things even more worrying. It seemed like every time the girls were on stage, fans were watching with bated breath. Many were baffled by how such a choreography had been cleared by the company in the first place, let alone repeated on multiple stages. From the very beginning, there was a general sentiment among fans that the entire routine was an accident waiting to happen. What made the situation worse was that Brave Girls were encouraged to keep performing this version of roll-in for months, despite countless warnings from concerned fans. Online comment sections and fan discussions were filled with posts about how dangerous the choreo looked. While the girls did their best to keep their balance and focus, it was clear they were constantly battling with unpredictable props that could tip or slip at any moment. Many also felt that the responsibility shouldn't have been on the idols to try and prevent accidents. It should have been on the company to ensure their safety, particularly when it came to physical staging elements. Unfortunately, the fan concerns turned out to be very relevant as everything went wrong on December 14th, 2017. It was during Brave Girls' live performance for the Roki Army's 1st Command Division that one of the members, Yuna, suffered a shocking fall while dancing on one of those infamous stools. As the group performed their iconic routine, Yuna attempted to balance and move on the chair as usual, and she seemed to have barely gotten on the prop before the stool wobbled underneath her. In a split second, she lost her footing and tumbled off, drawing gasps from the crowd, all while her fellow members kept up the professionalism and kept dancing. Her fall appeared hard and jarring, with some fans later speculating that she might have hit her ribs or wrist on the way down. What happened next was both heartbreaking and inspiring, as despite her clearly falling with enough force to cause serious concern, Yuna didn't pause for long. She managed to stand up, smile at the crowd, and then powered through the rest of the performance. The professionalism she showed in that moment was something fans praised heavily, but many also couldn't help but feel a mix of anger and worry. Although Yuna made sure that fans weren't too worried about her as she posted a now-deleted tweet, she ensured everyone that she was doing well. She wrote, "Today's performance must have startled you. One of the chair legs got stuck in a hole, so I fell off the chair. But thankfully I fell onto my bottom so I didn't get seriously injured." However, despite her attempt at downplaying the situation, fans couldn't shake the feeling that she may have been trying to take attention off of it just to avoid causing alarm or creating a scandal. However, the incident became very talked about online as fans felt terrible that their concerns had actually come to life, even saying they were shocked it took this long for someone to fall. But in the end, many netizens expressed that while the choreography was visually impactful, powerful, no performance was worth someone getting hurt. It seems like the moment might have served as a wake-up call not just for Brave Entertainment, but for the K-pop industry as a whole, as no similar choreography has hit the stage since. In fact, after Yuna's fall, Brave girls never performed the rolling choreography using chairs again. Every future, whether on TV or in concerts, featured the revised version of the routine, keeping all the footwork on the floor in order to ensure the members' safety over aesthetics. And while chairs are still used as props from time to time, it's now much more common to see idols staying seated or using chairs in ways that don't involve standing or shifting weight on them. When it comes to intense K-pop choreography, NCT 127 has also solidified their reputation as one of the hardest-hitting, most physically demanding groups in the industry. But sometimes, that level of commitment to jaw-dropping visuals and powerful stage presence comes at a steep cost, especially to the idols themselves. One of the clearest examples of this can be seen in the group's 2017 title track Cherry Bomb, which is a song remembered not just for its sound, but for the choreography that pushed one member's body beyond its limits. From the very beginning, fans were vocal about their concerns regarding the now infamous backbending move in Cherry Bomb, dubbed the Matrix due to its dramatic visual effect. The move requires the members to arch backward with extreme precision while simultaneously supporting their own weight and managing precise formations. Seeing this, many fans expressed how unnatural the movement looked, worrying about how it might affect the members' spines, particularly after repeated performances. These worries were unfortunately validated when it was revealed that Taeyong, the group's leader, had been suffering from a herniated lower back disc since before debut, and that the Cherry Bomb choreography had made it significantly worse. In fact, during a 2021 interview, Taeyong and the members opened up about how the routine was as physically taxing as everyone believed it to be. And for Taeyong, the discomfort wasn't just inconvenient, it was debilitating and dangerous. The full extent of Taeyong's condition then became painfully clear during a 2022 appearance on Kim Jong-kook's fitness YouTube channel, where he candidly shared that his back problems had progressed to the point where he sometimes experiences paralysis in his legs. He even mentioned that he actually volunteered to be part of the show because of how severe his condition had become, hoping to learn ways to manage it through proper fitness and rehabilitation. The revelation shocked many fans and netizens, with some expressing disbelief that such a dangerous move was even allowed in the choreography, especially when his injury was known. What made it worse for many fans was the fact that Taeyong had pushed through those performances for years, rarely letting on just how much pain he was in. It's not rare to see clips from the performance where it seems like Taeyong collapsing to the floor has to have hurt his back, which resurfaced in discussions, with fans noting how alarming it was to realize he had to repeat that move countless times despite the strain on his body. In fact, fans also pointed out that he even had to sit out a performance in 2020, presumably because of the damage Cherry Bomb had done to his back. Since these revelations, the backlash against SM Entertainment grew louder, with fans criticizing the company for not adjusting the choreography or schedules to better protect the health of their artists. Another notoriously difficult performance has been After School's First Love, which is still remembered today as one of the most unique and physically demanding performances in K-pop history. Instead of traditional choreography, the group opted to push boundaries by incorporating pole dancing into their routine. Pole dancing, while visually captivating, is a highly strenuous form of dance that demands immense core strength, flexibility, and precision, and the after-school members spent months training to master the routine, often rehearsing for long hours just to perfect a few seconds of performance. What made it even more challenging was the fact that they performed these pole routines live in full stage outfits and high heels with no safety equipment in sight, and many netizens were extremely impressed by the girls' determination, making them a highly praised act. As glamorous as the final product looked, fans quickly noticed the toll it was taking on the girls, as many of them were spotted with visible bruises on their arms and legs during rehearsals and broadcasts. While they attempted to cover these up with strategically placed fake tattoos, it became clear just how punishing the choreography really was. Despite this, the members repeatedly expressed in interviews that they found the routine to be fun and empowering, praising the unique experience of blending sensuality and athleticism on stage. However, the First Love era wasn't without serious consequences. During one of the group's performances, member Nana suffered a severe injury after falling off the stage, not from the pole itself, but during a separate segment of the choreography. Reports stated that she was quickly rushed to the hospital, where it was revealed that her injuries were quite serious. The accident raised alarm among fans and netizens alike, not just because of the fall, but due to the overall lack of safety precautions in the performance setup. Following the incident, some netizens speculated that the bruising found on Nana wasn't solely from the fall, but possibly an accumulation of minor injuries sustained during pole dance rehearsals, injuries that might have been downplayed or overlooked due to the aesthetic nature of the routine. But while the group carried on with promotions, the incident shed light on just how grueling and potentially dangerous their artistic choices had become.